Hello, good evening. How are you? I hope that you all are fine. In this video, I am going to share with you a very good and very interesting thing. What is that interesting thing? The interesting thing is that both both Iran and the United States of America are claiming that they have won the war. There is a very good article, or you can say main story, published in the week. It is published from the United States of America. There is a very good article with the heading Trump, Iran both declare victory after ceasefire deal. Okay, so you see, let me say how the ceasefire was announced and what was the purpose behind Donald Trump's declaration of ceasefire with Iran, and what prompted him to declare ceasefire. And another thing is that why the ceasefire and the deal was not finalized in Pakistan, because Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has taken initiative to mediate between Iran and United States of America. Okay, so you see, President Trump this week claimed a total and complete victory after Iran agreed to a 14-day ceasefire with the United States of America, a fragile deal that both sides presented in the starkly different terms. The agreement was struck just hours after Trump threatened to destroy Iran's whole civilization, and a day after he threatened the complete demolition of every bridge and power plant in the country unless it agreed to a deal and reopened the Strait of Hormuz, a Persian Gulf channel through which 20% of the world's oil flowed before the start of the 6-week war. President Donald Trump has said that he will destruct the entire civilization of Iran, but just before 90 minutes of the end of the time, he said that I am going to declare a ceasefire in Iran because they will not attack Iran. But Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said that it will carry on its campaign, its destruction operation in South Lebanon, and it did not stop its operation in South Lebanon. But the United States of America's President Donald Trump was at a crossroad because there was a huge pressure from his Republican Party members or party MPs and colleagues. At the same time, the opposition Democrats are also raging. They are also shouting against Trump's foreign policy and this war policy in Iran. Okay, so Trump's threat to target civilian infrastructure, a likely war crime, is, if carried out, drew condemnation from figures ranging from Pope Leo XIV to podcaster and former MAGA ally Tucker Carlson, who pleaded with White House aides to keep the president away from the nuclear football. But shortly before Trump's 8 p.m. deadline, he announced a Pakistan broker deal for the ceasefire. Trump called the agreement a landmark that could pave the way for the golden age of the Middle East. Iran's Security Council, meanwhile, hailed the agreement as an undeniable, historic, and crushing defeat for the US. So, as soon as Donald Trump declared a ceasefire in Iran, the Iranian authority declared, quote, undeniable, historic, and crushing defeat, unquote, for the US. Definitely, it was a crushing defeat for the United States of America. See, he is a volatile person, Mr. Donald Trump. In the morning he says something, in the afternoon he says something, and in the evening he tells differently. So he is an unbelievable person. He is an he cannot be believed. He cannot be believed, and he could not be. He is not a trustworthy person. in the eyes of the global leaders. Questions remained about the shape of the deal. So Trump called the 10-point Iranian plan a workable basis. A workable basis, the 10-point demand which was made by Iran. Two were very important things. Two issues were very important things, that to unblock the assets in abroad. Okay, so Iranian assets have been frozen in abroad or in different countries by United States of America. So their first demand, Iran demanded that their frozen accounts to be, or their frozen wealth to be unfrozen or unblocked. Okay, number one. And two, that they will have to, United States of America will have to pay reparation for the war, because they have destructed many civilian infrastructure as well as military infrastructure and many things, many architecture, bridges, schools, colleges, universities, hospitals. So for that reason, the United States of America will have to pay reparation, but definitely they will not be agreed. America will not agree, though America was very much interested to to uproot the missiles or maybe the mines that have been laid by Iran in the Strait of Hormuz, because to release or to fasten the movement of ships carrying gasolines and gases and oils, that should be that is why Donald Trump is very much eager to uproot or to clean the mines that have been planted by Iran in the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, so definitely the United States of America will not agree. They will not agree to pay the compensation. Okay, on the other hand, United States of America, Mr. Donald Trump is demanding that they will have to surrender. They will have to surrender or give back the 900 kg of uranium, enriched uranium that have been stockpiled or that have been stockpiled in underground by Iran after the attack by both Israel and United States of America on Iran. So this is his target, to get the natural wealth, to get the wealth of Iran. Okay, so what happened then? But the questions remained about the shape of the deal. So Trump called the 10-point Iranian plan a workable basis for upcoming peace talks in Islamabad, but he then said a version of the plan released by Iran, which called for the lifting of all sanctions and payments of war damages by the US, wasn't the one he had agreed to. Trump hailed the complete and immediate opening of the Strait of Hormuz that I told just now, but Iranian officials and transiting ships would have to arrange passes with Iran's military and pay tolls to Tehran, which the United States of America is not agreed, because they are asking for what? For tolls and military passage, right? Otherwise they will not release, they will not allow, Iran will not allow any ship to pass from the Strait of Hormuz. So Trump also said that US would work with Iran to dig up and remove, I said that to dig up and remove its stockpile of 970 pounds of enriched uranium that was buried under joint US-Israeli attacks last summer. But Tehran's 10-point plan includes US acceptance of Iran's right to enrich uranium. So it's a bone of contention between Iran and the United States of America. You understand now? So this is the conflict of interest. This is the conflict of national interest. Okay, so definitely nobody, neither United States of America nor Iran can agree to these points at any cost. Okay, so amid the wrangling, Lebanon emerged as a flashpoint. Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said the ceasefire applied everywhere, including Lebanon, but Israel, which is battling Iran backed Hezbollah there and the US instead. Otherwise, Israel hit Lebanon with sources of air strikes in a single day, killing at least 250 people, according to local officials. Trump said the issue will get taken care of. Okay, so what the the columnist of the week said, we can share with you. It is very good good observation of the columnist of the week. Said that Trump's retreat followed a chaotic blaze of negotiations, said Barack David of Axios, after U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff flatly rejected Iran's initial 10-point peace proposal, it to set off a forward round of amendments passed by Pakistani mediators between Witkoff and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, with Egyptian and Turkish officials helping to build bridges or to bridge the gaps. In the meantime, delegates from the Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia and other countries also attended in Pakistan to talk or to take part in the negotiations, so that they can hear and they can influence both US and Iran to stop the war. Okay, so next, the Trump, who was urged to reject by the hawkish, by the very interesting thing, by the hawkish allies and confidence. Even some close associates thought he would spurn the offer right up until he took it. So Trump thankfully backed off his genocidal threats. He took back his genocidal threat, said Jennifer Rubin in the Constitution, but that should diminish their horror. But that shouldn't diminish their horror. A man who holds the nuclear codes threatened the vaporization of a nation of 93 million people is in strictly religious terms warning in one post that hell will rain down. Donald Trump wrote in his Truth Social, quote, hell will rain down. And once again, quote, glory be to God, note of exclamation, unquote. He was a mortifying intersection. It was a mortifying intersection of Christian nationalism, pathological narcissism, and fascist warmongering. This deeply sick man endangers not just our national security, not just the national security of the United States of America, but the stability of the planet. You see, Congress must remove him from office, who said, Jennifer Rubin said in the Constitution, C-O-N, contraneer, okay. So this is a very good speech given by Mr. Jennifer Rubin, because really Donald Trump is not only endangering his country, the security and safety of the American people, he is also endangering the stability, or he is disturbing the stability and progress of the world as a whole, right? So the president's rhetoric was condemnable, said Noah Rothman in National Review, but to reject unflinching determination amid a contest of wills and hard power has undeniable benefits, and it forced the Iranian to think, said Eli Lake, the Free Press. They have agreed to ease their blockade. They have agreed, Iran have agreed to ease their blockade of the Strait of Hormuz based on nothing but an agreement to negotiate. Meanwhile, having lost its navy, more of its missile launchers, and its top political and military leadership, the Islamists in Tehran have, quote, never been poorer, weaker, or more isolated, unquote. So this was a straight-up surrender, said William Crystal in the Bulwark, but by Trump, not Iran. Just a month ago, he was demanding Iran's unconditional capitulation, but the mullahs and Revolutionary Guard still control Iran. The regime still has its enriched uranium and functional missile and drone capabilities, and it now has unprecedented control over the waterway through which its Gulf Arab neighbors export oil and natural gas, and has shown the devastation it can inflict on those countries and the global economy in any future conflict. Sailing these as a wing would not be easy, said Jack Blanchard and Dasha Burns in Politico. But that's clearly Trump's intention, given the public opposition to the war, spiking gas prices, and the rapidly worsening global economic outlook. He is anxious to move on, and because stock markets surged following his ceasefire announcement, it's hard to imagine he will resume the bombing. So brace yourself for a barrage of messaging that America won, but actually America did not win the battle, right? We can say that Iran has won the battle, because Iran was supposed to be distracted. Iran was supposed to be demolished by United States of America, but it did not happen. America is giving threat to destroy America, but actually it is not doing. It is not destroying. It wants that under his threat, Iran will surrender, an unconditional surrender, and whatever conditions he will provide, Iran will agree to that. But Iran is not Iraq. Iran is not Cuba. Iran is not Venezuela. This simple calculation or this simple perception failed to understood by Donald Trump. So let's count the cost of this debacle, said Anthony L. Fisher in MS.now. What was the debacle? What was the cost of that debacle of the United States of America? 13 U.S. service members are dead, along with at least 32 people in Gulf Arab nations, 20 Israeli and more than 1,600 Iranians, while the rest remain under the yoke of a sadistic theocracy. With these warmongering flip-flops and unhinged threats, our unstable, immoral precedent has done irreparable damage to America's reputation and opened the post-war global order. So I am not feeling myself safer. Are you? It is written in the week. So it means that even the American people are not feeling safer. So if they themselves are being the mighty power in the world, mightiest power in the world, if they feel unsafe, then how the people in the world, the other countries, the Gulf countries and the third world countries will feel safer by the threats of Donald Trump. Donald Trump actually has destabilized the world order, and the conditions have given both the countries, both Iran and the United States of America, is unagreeable, and it will never happen, because Iran will never hand over its enriched uranium to the United States of America. On the other hand, United States of America will never pay back war reparations to Iran. So these are going to be the main issues which might be resolved after the end of the conversations in Pakistan. J.D. Vance said, don't try us to do or take some more actions. And Donald Trump, while the negotiations was going on in Pakistan, Donald Trump did not stop himself from giving threats to the Iranian authorities. They said that more distractions might be applied, more valuable and more devastating warplanes or very enriched missiles and other armaments might be sent to Iran for complete destruction of Iran. So if you are sending your vice president to negotiate in the negotiating table, and at the same time you are putting your trigger to the to Iran. Can this type of can this what is say two-faced approach can ever be fruitful? I don't think so. So Donald Trump should be more authentic, he should be more clearer, and he should be sober, and he should abide by all international law. Otherwise people of the world will not accept him, will not respect him, will not remember him as a good person or a good president of the United States of America, because he has done a lot of damages to the world's prosperity, to the world's progress and world's peace. For that reason the world is hard, the world as a whole is working very hard to gain peace, to gain or regain peace, international peace, to regain, to manage migration, and to what is say to impede the migration and children and women's deplorable conditions. So all these things should be taken, should be understood by Donald Trump, but without thinking any of the problems of the people in the world. He has, as he has power, and he whatever he wishes to do, he does that in this way. Unilaterally he declared war against Iran, and Iran being a small country with merely 90 million people population. So Donald Trump knew that, but they are very rich in oil and gasoline and other and uranium or natural resources. Iran thought that, United States thought that they will attack Iran, and they will threat Iran, and they will capture their wealth and natural resources at any cost within very small period of time. But that did not happen. That is why Donald Trump is very much frustrated now, and I don't know what will happen in the future, but I can say the future of the United States of America is gloomy, because he has distracted, or he has destroyed the peace and prosperity of the world. So definitely the world will try to disturb the peace and prosperity of the United States of America in retaliation. But I do not expect that, I do not support that. I hope that there will be good sense in the mind of Donald Trump, and being a true Christian, he will protect the people, he will forgive the people, and he will keep good faith of the people, and he will be a trustworthy person in the days to come. With this, I would like to conclude my video here. If you like this video, you will share it with your friends and colleagues, and I will request you to make comments in the comment box, and I will request you to subscribe my channel if you like it, right? And with your subscription, I will be encouraged to share with you more such good and valuable videos for you and your children and your friends. Thank you very much.